Greetings gamers, ghosties, and campers, and it's me again, Steve. I'm doing a video this time that I'm very excited to talk about, and that is with the new Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer dropping here recently. I'm an old school Ghostbusters fan. I grew up with them in the 80s, love the movies, with the exception of the, this is going to sound bad, but the all-woman cast one. It had nothing to do with them being women. I didn't enjoy the story, and I didn't enjoy the special effects. It looked way too neon for me. But I am very happy to see this new trailer, and it really did bring out a lot of nostalgia in me. And it looks great. Can't wait to see it. I know it was supposed to come out this summer, but it's been postponed to Thanksgiving. But honestly, I'm willing to wait because it looks good. It's also done by the son of the original director, so he grew up with the Ghostbusters. He grew up with the story, so hopefully he's staying true to the source material, and it looks like he is. So can't wait for Ghostbusters Afterlife. So in the new trailer, it is confirmed that the house is Egon's house. They make mention of his name in the trailer, and it's always good to see Ecto-1. It's one of my favorite cars, up there with the Dukes of Hazzard car, and Baby from Supernatural. Those three cars are probably my most favorite cars. Like I said, and this looks like it's the original Ecto-1 from the first movie, not the second one, because the second one had a lot more equipment on top of the car, whereas the one in this trailer looks like it's got the like the same amount of equipment from the original movie, but it obviously there are some modifications, which you see in the trailer. Now in the trailer, I think it's pretty much confirmed that it is going to be Gozer coming back. I'm going to include a still image from the trailer, which I believe is showing Gozer. And that's just going to be this picture right here. Now, it also looks like there's a Gozer temple, because there's a statue of Gozer in the trailer in that area. And I believe, now this is just speculation, but I believe that temple, that pit you see Gozer coming out of, is probably in the mine. Now, in the first trailer, you see that it's called Shandor Mine, which is alluding back to Ivor Shandor in the first movie, who was a Gozer worshiper. So it makes sense that that's the source of where this new threat's coming from. And it would also make sense why Egon would set up shop and live there, because and I'll get more into that near the end of the video. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. Now the kids in this one, I believe they're confirmed to be Egon Spengler's grandchildren. And obviously the girl lead looks, they gave her a style that looks a lot like what Egon would have looked like as a girl, I think. She's very smart, very introspective, introverted, much like Egon probably was. And so I kind of like that, because Egon was my favorite Ghostbuster. And if these kids are the ones that they're passing the torch to, I think they will be really great characters, very enjoyable characters. And the other kid, obviously, I don't recall the actor's name off the top of my head, but he is the kid from Stranger Things, which I thoroughly enjoyed Stranger Things, and I want to see how he'll do in this. Hopefully he hasn't been typecast because of the show, and I'd like to see if he can broaden his acting skills and show us what he's got. So I think these new characters have potential. And like I said, if they're passing the torch on to the kids, I think it's going to be pretty cool. All right, now I'm also going to be including some still images again from the trailer, but these images are going to be of what kind of gave me nostalgia watching the trailer, because these images, some of them are pulled right from the first movie, like the purple spirit streaks you see coming out of the mountain. They actually went back, found the original footage from the first movie, and replicated the special effects that they used for that. And so it's very reminiscent of the first movie when all the spirits were released from the firehouse and right before Gozer shows up. So I'm assuming that that's what's happening in the trailer, is that once that mountain erupts with all the spirits, it's going to liken back to the first movie, where this is a sign that Gozer's coming back again. And also there's a spirit you see in the trailer in the diner. It looks very much like the old taxi driver in the first movie, but he looks like he's wearing mining gear. So, like some other videos have theorized or thought of, is that maybe he was a miner who originally worked in the mine, the Shandor mine, and so he's probably one of the spirits that have been released. It's quite possible, now this is just speculation, but it's quite possible that a lot of miners may have been sacrificed to Gozer as part of some ritual. And then of course we have the terror dogs. Love those things. I'm very happy to see them back, because when I was a kid and I saw Ghostbusters, those things terrified me. I mean, there were times I couldn't watch the movie as a kid, because honestly, I know it was a comedy, but it was also a horror movie. And to a kid like me at that age, it was scary. And but it's cool to see the terror dogs back. And something new with them, it appears, and some other videos have theorized on this too, that they now show a spirit form of the terror dogs, and I'll include an image of that too. And it makes sense to me, because they have to be spirit somehow in order to possess people, like they did in the first movie with the gatekeeper and the keymaster. Now, whether these terror dogs are, again, the gatekeeper and the keymaster, again, I don't know. They haven't shown that much, but it wouldn't surprise me if they are. And it would be nice to see Sigourney Weaver come back as well. I know a lot of the original cast is coming back, like Dan Aykroyd, Annie Potts, who was Janine Melnitz. She's in the trailer, and she aged well, honestly, and I was very happy to see her again. She was a firecracker in the first movie. I loved her character. Now, some speculation was that she had helped take care of Egon in his old age, but we really don't know what the story between those two are, because yeah, in the first movie she had a thing for Egon and she flirted a lot with Egon. However, in the second movie, which I actually really enjoyed the second movie, I know a lot of people didn't, but I really did enjoy it. I love both of those movies. But in the second movie, she ended up with Louis Tully. And so I don't know if Louis Tully's character is going to be back or not. I don't know. I don't really know Janine's story in this movie. But I will gladly sit and watch to find out. And of course, it wouldn't be Ghostbusters without the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And as you've seen in some other trailers that they've dropped, it's a different form of Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It's not the Traveler. It's not the several story high Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but it looks like a bunch of little marshmallow possessed things that are walking around taking the form of Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. But again, that ties back to nostalgia with the original movies. Even the all-female cast, Ghostbusters, even they had a version of Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in it. Now this next image I'm going to show is of the ghost that they're chasing in the trailer, and in the earlier trailers it was suspected it was Slimer, but this is not Slimer. It does look like it's a ghost of the same class as what Slimer was, but I believe it's been confirmed that it's not Slimer. But that might also elicit some nostalgia from the original fans as well, just seeing something that looked like Slimer. And now the next thing that I'm excited about is the gear. There's not a whole lot of new gear, but there are some modifications that look amazing. Like, I love that the Ecto-1 has a gunner seat. That's amazing. And also, it also harkens back to the cartoon series, I believe. I didn't watch the entire series as a kid. However, so it might have shown up in the cartoon, but to see a gunner seat in Ecto-1 and to see them actually chasing a ghost with Ecto-1 while ghost busting, I love it. It's amazing. Love the proton packs. I had one when I was a kid. I had one of the toys. Now, in this next image, it shows a new piece of gear that I thought was actually pretty cool. It looks like it's an RC controlled ghost trap, which honestly makes sense if you're in a high-speed chase with a ghost that you can't track down on foot. It would make sense to have something that fast alongside Ecto-1 while you're chasing the ghost to capture it. And I just thought it was brilliant. So I really thought that was cool. I hope to see a lot more new gadgets or modifications. And it's all, of course, it's always cool to see the original PKE meter. It was, again, it's very nostalgic, and I'm very glad to see all of this. Now, what I'm going to talk about next is just me speculating what the actual plot and story is going to be for the new movie. I don't have any contacts in the industry. No one's told me anything about the plot, but this is just me speculating just from what I've seen in the trailers and from other people's speculation in other videos about the trailers. But obviously, I think that the mine got a temple to Gozer in it, and is another gateway to Gozer's realm, another way Gozer can come into our realm, which would make sense why Egon has set up shop there, like I said earlier. Just monitoring it, making sure that Gozer doesn't come back, because honestly, all those Ghostbuster fans realize that Gozer is basically the Ghostbusters' main nemesis. And if Gozer comes back, it wouldn't surprise me that she's going after them again. And it would make sense why Egon wouldn't want her or it, because Gozer didn't really have a gender. But it would make sense why Egon wouldn't want Gozer coming back. And now, I think he's left like little clues in the house and whatnot for his grandkids. And obviously from the trailer, stuff's going to hit the fan, and the Ghostbusters are going to be needed again. And I think because they have speculated that the original cast is coming back as their characters, with the exception of Egon, obviously. But I think they're going to come back, and I think they're going to train the kids to be the new generation of Ghostbusters, which I'm all for that. That's going to be great. And so they're going to train them, and then they're going to fight the ghosts, probably even have to take on Gozer again. Obviously, they're going to have to take on the Terror Dogs, because they're back. The the trailer has confirmed that. I don't know if Paul Rudd's character is going to be a Ghostbuster or if he's just going to be a supporting character. But you know what? I'm a big fan of Paul Rudd's work. I love seeing him in it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to like his character. So, to me, it just seems like Gozer's coming back. Ghostbusters got to reunite to keep Gozer in its realm. That, to me, is basic plot. Now, the director did say that he wanted it to be about family and to present like a mystery, which is why they're not in New York City. And a lot of people have stressed that it may not feel the same because it's not taking place in New York City. But you know what? New York City is not the only place that has ghosts. Ghosts can pop up anywhere. So I'm okay with it being in a new setting. And I'm looking forward to it. And I just love all the callbacks to the original movies. I love hearing the original cast. We haven't seen Bill Murray or the actor for the Winston character. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. But we haven't heard or seen them in the trailers yet. But as far as I know, they're supposed to be coming back. I'd like to see Sigourney Weaver back for the movie. That would be great. Of course, Annie Potts is back as Janine, so it looks like he's going to be awesome. And this is why the camera shook. Yeah. So, hope you're as interested in this movie as I am, and can't wait to see it when it comes out.